Hi everyone, it's Chris speaking. Welcome back. As you might have noticed, today I am in my binder. I'll step back a little bit so you can see a bit more. Please ignore my stomach, but this is basically what a binder looks like. So I wanted to have a chat to you about some trans products, and I thought I'd start with probably the one that's been the most important to me, and that is my binder. So what a binder does is basically just flattens your chest so you can wear clothes and look more masculine. So I'll turn to the side. Basically, I've got nothing there, so it's just all very flat, and it means that I can wear whatever I want to wear. T-shirts can be tight, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to share with you my binder story and why I went with this one. This is the first binder I ever got. It was gifted to me by my best friend Nathan, who edits these videos, so hi Nathan. And he gave it to me probably about 12 months before I ever used it, and I think I've touched upon it in other videos, but I'll give you the full story. So Nathan has another friend who is non-binary and they wear binders all the time, and I sort of expressed an interest. At the time I didn't think it was a serious interest. I was just like, yeah, I wonder what it would be like to walk around with a flat chest, because I, always pictured myself being quite flat-chested anyway and being fairly masculine. So it hadn't twigged it to me that I would come out 12 to 18 months later as being a trans man, but he saw something in that and he bought me this binder. So it's a large binder from GC to B, and they've got the half tanks, which is what I'm wearing, and they've also got the full tanks. I don't like the full tanks as much personally because of hip dysphoria, so I find that full tank, if it's touching my hips, I don't like stuff touching that area. It makes me feel uncomfortable and hyper aware that it's there. So I didn't wear them. I own 3 of them because for a time I wasn't taping. I was wearing this one too much and I hadn't stretched out at all, so I just needed to have more than one in the house. So he bought me that 12 months prior to me even sort of being like, okay, this is a thing that I'm going to pursue, and I just sort of got all embarrassed and was like, oh, I don't know whether I'll ever use that. My partner at the time wasn't supportive, and I knew that if I brought it into the house I would probably be ridiculed, so I didn't take it off him at that point. And then I sort of ended that relationship and I expressed interest again. I didn't take it home, but it was gifted to me. So Nathan had given it to me to take home because now I was in a safe space and I could have it in the house without being questioned for it. So that was fine. It sat in the cupboard again probably for a couple of months, and then I had that argument with my new partner, and I had that mind-blown moment of I'm not female, and I was drawn to this thing in the cupboard that I hadn't looked at before, in all closeness, or I hadn't put on before, and I was like, I'm going to put this thing on. I'm going to put it on in secret. I'm going to see how it feels and how it looks. Now, in terms of fight or flight, I'm pretty much a flight response. So I put it on, I saw how I looked in it, and I freaked out, and I took it back off, and it made me feel that sort of like, I don't know how to explain it, but when I get something right, like in a test that I have been studying for and I haven't quite got, when I finally twig and I finally understand what it is that I'm trying to learn, I get this giddy feeling like I'm a kid again, and that makes me want to giggle but have no explanation of why I'm giggling. And that's the feeling that I got when I put on the binder. It's also the feeling that I got when I first packed, not that I do that anymore just because of comfort and dysphoria reasons, but it went back in the cupboard. So I put it on, it went back in the cupboard. And then slowly it kept coming out to almost a codependency where I would not leave the house without my binder on. I would wear it for 16 hours a day to the point that it was hurting. I could feel my back trying to be like, please let me breathe, but I just wouldn't allow it to happen. I'm not so bad nowadays. I do substitute with taping, which is something that I will show you in another video before I go into top surgery, just so you can see how that also looks. And I do sometimes wear a sports bra. Sports bras aren't comfortable for me to wear. I don't like it. I feel like it feminizes the figure that I have, and I don't like it. I'm also aware of the risks of binding while working out, and because I work out a lot, I keep a couple of sports bras just for safety. And when I go to the gym, it's all about me. I'm not worried about what other people are sort of looking at, although dysphoria is a trip. Anyway, so this is a binder. I've lost my train of thought. Right, this is my binder. I am so grateful that this was gifted to me, and I know that a lot of people can't afford them, and there are alternatives. It's not just GC2B that have them, so have a look. GC2B do partner with Point of Pride, I think, and they donate binders, so I'll find a link and put that down below. So if you are someone who is sort of questioning like me and you just want it in the cupboard to try out maybe one day, or if you're interested in seeing what you look like with a flat chest but you're not sort of ready to go the whole way, then that may be a good way. If you can't afford binders, Point of Pride is amazing, and I've sort of followed a bit of the stuff that they do, and I think it's really cool. That's it from me. It's just a really short video about binding and binders and the story of how I sort of got mine and how I have grown to use it. I used to get quite dysphoric about this bit, so when I've got a t-shirt on, you can sometimes see this bit depending on the cut. You can get really high necked, I don't know if that's a term, shirts, so that you do hide that bit. I know that if I catch sight of it, like I'm wearing a light coloured shirt and I've got this on underneath, and I catch sight of a little bit of the black, I tend to feel dysphoric about that, because I feel like people are watching me and they think that I'm not a man, because even though I've got a flat chest, I'm obviously binding. Not that most people in my life really understand what that is unless they watch this video. Anyway, that's it from me. Just a quick story about how I came to my first binder, and even though it sat in the cupboard for 12 months, it's become almost part of my skin, and it's as skin tight, so it does become part of your skin. There's like a really fun dance that you do if you're like slightly moist and you're like, help me get it down. But anyway, share your binding stories. Did you have someone that gifted it to you like I did? Did you squirrel it away in a cupboard for 12 months before you had the guts to put it on? And how did you feel when you finally put it on? That's it from me. As always, thanks for watching. If you like this content, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of this stuff, my face is somewhere, so click on that and you can subscribe. Alright, thanks everyone. Okay, bye. Yay, we're done.